My new trick is to freeze a bottle of water if there's a freezer in the place I'm staying. And then when I pack up some of my food, I just put it in a bag all together, and it keeps the food nice and cool as I walk. And then I also have some nice cold water for kind of the end of my walk. A big dog that was on the path in front of me, but he's been wagging his tail and not barking, so I think he's friendly. We're just gonna let him go right past me though. Or I guess you can come over and say hi. Okay, there's an intersection here where the path either continues straight or it goes off to the right. And the right, I think, is the official Camino, but going straight is probably the option a lot of pilgrims take because it passes a village with some services. And I am hoping for a bar where I can get a bite to eat and a drink. I think, going kind of the way past the village with a bar, it might be like a kilometer longer, but it's not too much longer. So here's hoping it'll be open as ever. This is about 1.5 kilometers before the village I'm heading toward. And at a different time of day, there would be a lot of nice shade. But just because of where I am in the morning, the angle of the sun, it's not totally shaded, but kind of nice. Just entered town. I feel like this is the same dog that I saw like 2 hours ago. I met 2 other pilgrims who are walking. So I just stopped for a break back in that little village, and it was an amazing bar. Oh, it was beautiful and had good tortilla, but then all these tapas. So that was a really great break, but there were 2 pilgrims sitting there, and they were also in Tábara last night, but there are 2 albergues in that little town, and I probably stayed at the wrong one. I stayed at an albergue right in the center, and I knew that there was another one which was a little outside of the center of town, and that was a donativo, and it had been my original plan to stay there, but I decided against it because I really thought I was the only pilgrim, and they offer a Camino meal, but I was like, to have someone cook just for me, and I don't know, I just was kind of feeling like I'll stay in the center of town, I'll just eat at the restaurant there, which was totally fine. I'm glad I did it. But I think those other 2 pilgrims were in the other albergue, and they told me that there's another pilgrim on today's stage, and it seems like we're all on the same stage. We'll be in the same albergue. So I am going to have some pilgrim company tonight. Just when I was thinking that I was going to be all alone for weeks, turns out I'm not, which I think it'll be nice. So, so this stage is, I think, about 24, maybe 25 kilometers. And it feels just really good to have a shorter stage. It's still hot out, it's 11 o'clock right now. And again, the walk is all in the sun, but I've already done 14 kilometers. I really only have about 10 to go. And I've got about this 8.5 kilometer stretch, and then there's a little village that should have a shop, and I need to stock up on food because then my destination's in 1.5 kilometers after that. And there is a bar there, but apparently opening hours are a little sketchy, and the albergue is supposed to be beautifully equipped and have a great kitchen, but there's no shop in that place. So I am going to stock up on food and hopefully carry enough to cook a nice meal tonight. unfortunately for me, the timing of this little structure isn't so great because I just stopped for a break a kilometer or two back and I'm feeling pretty strong. But look at this. Oh, there's a picnic table in the shade. This would be a great little spot for a break. Hello. Buen camino to you too. Alright, just stocked up on some groceries in the little shop in the last village. Should only have about a kilometer to go. It's a little chaotic in that store, super tiny. So many people were in there. And I got a little overwhelmed with knowing what to get. And I've got enough for dinner, but hopefully I have enough for tomorrow. I don't know. I have a really long stage and there's a town, maybe small town at the end that should have, enough services, but on the way, I don't know that there's going to be too much. So I think I have enough. We'll see. I won't starve in any case.